Phoenix Wright. 16. Let me see if I can change it. Try to do it fast. Let's see. Some options. Try to Google it, I guess. Maybe I'll have to change it after the fact. Yeah, Phoenix Wright 16. Quick actions. I guess it's true, I can also change it. Whew. Once I'm reviewing the description, but hello everybody, welcome back to the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for each view. Turn down the volume a smidge, there we go. Thank you for following on Twitch, and thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, thank you for all my follows. Without further ado, let's dive back in. Put myself up in the right, out of the way. Yes, we're in the day 3 investigation. It is the 16th episode of this series. December 27th, 2:11 p.m. Wright & Company offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think that Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on, tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Alright, calm down there. Larry, you really helped us out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha ha ha. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. Yeah, we're thinking he was the one who actually shot Redshirt or whatever his name is. Bet Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? No, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes. Back in grade school. I remember it. I remember it fondly. They saved me. Miles. And Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry. What's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. Class trial? You remember, Larry, the spring end of the 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as the defendant. I didn't do it. Guilty. He did it. Guilty. It was you. Thief. Give the money back. You're such a meanie. Just admit you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not going to play with you anymore. Yeah, you're not borrowing my eraser. You shouldn't be allowed to be in the library committee. Give me back 50 cents I'll lend you. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. Objection. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. Wow, even back in the 3rd grade, he's still referring to his teacher as Honor. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. And that's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. Wait, wasn't he there, though? Like, he was there in the flashback. So he didn't take the day off from school then. If he was in the flashback, he didn't take the day off. If I had been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? Like, he was there in the flashback. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The Dl6 Incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he'd become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Did he already clean it out? Yeah, I guess so. We have the Dl6 Incident Photo. We lost the picture of Gordy. And a lot of Hart's original testimony. This trial's gone on quite a long time. Is there anything that Larry might know about? No, I don't think so. He put up a theory forth yesterday that the person shooting the gun was actually the caretaker. He dressed up to be Robert Hammond. Yep, dressed up to be him. But if we look at the pictures, like, does this look anything like this? I'll just leave you with that question while I use the bathroom. Like, Not even close. Von Karma. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. This might be his first. He got some major headway last time by casting the blame on the old caretaker, but yeah, I still don't buy that theory that he dressed up as Robert. Because I mean, look at them. Robert Hammond, his hair is long. His hair is black or blackish gray. He's got no facial hair. He's got expressive eyes. The old caretaker has lazy eyes. He's got gray facial hair. He's got shorter hair, for one. And like, they don't even remotely look the same. Their faces look different. The old caretaker has a round face. Robert Hammond has more of a long face. Like, I would be more inclined to believe that Larry Butts dressed up as Robert Hammond because they actually somewhat resemble each other. He actually looks a lot like Gregory Edgeworth. Robert. Both got the dark hair. Okay, let's move. I'm starting to get the hang of this game more often. Like, let's see if Grossberg's in. He's out again. When does he work anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. It would be nice if he gave us some headway. Edgeworth might. I really wish Edgeworth had given us more testimony to go off of in the previous episode, because he saw it all. Like, he would have been able to tell us what happened instead of Phoenix having to theorize about what happened. That was probably the single most difficult and challenging aspect of the previous day trials. Okay, December 27th, Detention Center Visitors Room. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. You changed, dude? What can you tell me about the Dl6 incident? Nick, no. That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. Huh? It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Is there anything else you might know about? The photo itself? What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. Were you going to tell us that it wasn't you in the picture shooting the gun? Were you going to tell us that it was the caretaker? You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Yes, it had to be deduction because you were not giving us any testimony to work with. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still. Nick, he noticed. Yeah, funny that. Okay, you can't help with that. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me and you want me to defend criminals. I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. Why is it the case that his testimony didn't implicate the defendant in that case? Like, why wouldn't they have believed him? I don't know. You must have had a pretty amazing defense attorney if there was no one else in that elevator. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Maybe that's why. Because his dad got shot and then he forgot all about it. Maybe that's why. Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. Why would the defendant, Yanni, though, shoot Robert? I still haven't made that connection. Because Robert is the one who got him declared not guilty. So why would he take a vendetta against him? That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. Oops, I gotta plug in my laptop. Hold on a second. good. Yeah, you're good now. Okay. Okay, what's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. Object to anything and everything that the defense attorney says, perhaps nonsensically, be very overbearing and pushy, extremely controlling, and don't allow any counter perspectives. Yeah, he seems like you're a great prosecutor. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he's obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? All the cases he's taken on, none of them were left unsolved. Not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit. No kidding. So what's his weakness? Both of them for a long time should be able to help us crack that case. I think we've done everything there's to do here. Let's see if Detective Gumshoe has any insight. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy you had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. He might have been the one. He might have been the one who actually did it, based on our theory. Is that the police department mascot? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's my mascot. I see. How nice. Tomorrow I'll present him before the department at last. I'm going to make sure they know how much people like the Blue Badger. Good luck. Good luck, Chief. This must be the Chief of Detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. Well, that's not possible. The world ended yesterday? He must be reading predictions for the future on someone's homepage. That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Please, think about what you're doing, Jolinda. Don't take my Tommy away from me. No. He must be doing an image training for a nasty divorce argument. The detectives' desks, there are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. I think we've seen all there is to see in here. Female police officer, now it's beige in uniform calendar, not bad. Let's head back to the lake. Ford Lake Park entrance. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, huh? Got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come or may. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek. No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I'm like, it says no camping specifically, and Lana's been camped there the entire time. I guess Lana's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Hit him with a thunderbolt. Feel winter's chill from the bare leaf trees today. What is it about winter that turns people into poets? I don't know, but my toes are starting to feel numb. Yes, my poetry has that effect on some people. So some of this we've already seen. Already done some of it. Okay, let's keep looking. Gourd Lake Public Beach, December 27th. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. Can we slide? No, we can't. This lake sure likes to cause problems, doesn't it? Huh? I mean, everything that happened here turned out to be a lie. Gordy was a lie, and the charges against Mr. Edgeworth were all lies. I guess you're right. I mean, I'm glad the charges were all lies, but still. We had to do a lot of theorizing for that to be the case. Trash can with no trash, at least the place is well maintained. Huh, I almost didn't see that signpost. Left boat docks, right exit. No one's gonna see her on a cold day. Not unless they were eating a samurai dog. How would that change the temperature, I wonder? You seem troubled, Nick. No, who, me? Guess Larry has today off. He was pretty happy about saving Mr. Edgeworth. Sure, we owe him big. Doesn't appear to be anything else to do here. So let's head out to the boat rentals. December 27th, boat rental shop. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What might be you doing? What might you be doing here? Yes, my fancy mustache. And I'm back. Out for a walk, The days of my youth, like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grosberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. Well, that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? He is the mentor to Phoenix's mentor, so it might be a good idea to get his feedback. Considering Mia is not around anymore and we can't channel her for some reason. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Yes. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grosberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Maybe he's the one who did it. Maybe he has something to do with the murder. What a twist that would be, right? The boat rental shop doesn't look like anyone's around. The caretaker must have run for the hills, huh? Yeah, looks like it. He didn't seem like a bad person. Again, it could just be a theory. Because none of the caretaker's prints are found on the gun. To my knowledge, the only fingerprints that are on that gun are from Edgeworth's right hand. There are some boats floating at the dock. The murder took place in a boat from the dock. Apparently the police took away the actual boat that was used that night. Indeed, there's space for one more boat at the dock. Indeed. Indeed, I believe we've seen everything else. There's a forest here beyond these bushes. Nick, the forest. There's someone in there. You're right, there's a few policemen in there. They must be looking for the caretaker. Good luck. Can I slide? Don't think so. Let me go into his shack. December 20th, caretaker shack. Nobody's home. Hello, hello. Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. I can't believe you'd run off and leave this poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello. Just give me the action music, so maybe we're onto something. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. It says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hate me. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. That fishing pole looks expensive. Maybe we should bring it to Detective Gumshoe. Don't you think the caretaker would mind? Well, we can just leave him the metal detector in exchange. Maybe we'd better not. What's wrong? Oh, never mind. What? Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See, that's why I didn't want to tell you. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Maybe there's useful evidence. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth. Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? Maybe it was a setup. Maybe Edgeworth was getting blamed. Yeah, maybe it was a setup. Someone Edgeworth prosecuted, maybe trying to get revenge. How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. But why would he take out Robert? How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. What really stinks is that, as you might recall from the previous investigation, Phoenix Wright episode number 13 of this series, I already examined that safe after Polly already gave me the combination, and we didn't look in the safe then. If we had, the day 2 trial would have been a heck of a lot more straightforward. It would have been a lot less theorizing. And I might have even been able to present that as evidence. Like this was the plan all along, with the caretaker still on the witness stand. Like how great would that have been? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Letter from the safe. Letter from the safe added to the court record. If I had gotten access to that, it could have made this an open and shut case. I wonder why the caretaker didn't take the letter with him. He left in a hurry, right? I don't think he even came back here after the trial. Because, yeah, that's pretty dang valuable evidence. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. You need pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. You should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? It doesn't look like he used this kitchen much. You're right. I guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? Like, we totally could have just slipped behind him and gotten that critical evidence last time we were here. Why didn't we? I don't know. Could have made it a lot easier. Edgeworth. See this letter? Hmm? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge. On me? Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. Or he could be someone connected to someone he got declared guilty. So he was following this letter then. Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men meaning myself and Robert Hammond. Yeah, who could it have been? It also says this is your last chance. Last chance. Wait, maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the Dl6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Is he Yugi or whatever his name is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yeah, that's what I thought. That he is. But why would he kill Robert Hammond? Yogi? The suspect in the Dl6 incident, the one who was found innocent. Yeah, exactly. He'd be friendly with Robert because Robert did him a favor by getting him off. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us, in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet, you're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. exactly why would he need to? Why would he need to get revenge on Robert Hammond? Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. I'm not making this any easier. Let me get out. Help, get us out. Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Ah, what are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away. Get away from my father. Whoa. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. But why would they want revenge on you if you were the one who killed your father? That doesn't make any sense. That still doesn't make sense. Like, it still doesn't make sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Yeah, why? Why would revenge be necessary if he killed his own father? Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Because he was falsely accused? Is that why he was declared innocent? Wait, Edgeworth. You mean it was me? I was the true criminal of Dl6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the Dl6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about Dl6. Grossberg. So next we're going to have to go see him at his office. Pretty sure. Yes, I know all about the incident. If Edgeworth, in a fit of confusion, in an elevator, shot his own father, number one, why weren't his prints on the weapon then? They did have fingerprinting back then, so why weren't his fingerprints on the weapon? Number one. And number two, why would Yanni want revenge if he shot his own dad? I don't know. December 27th, Grossberg Law Offices. Mr. Grossberg. Hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. Yeah, what were you doing in the woods? No kidding, I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. I see. So Edward dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, Well, also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. Literally nothing came of it. Why would he have a grudge? This leads me to a surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired and the deed was done. Again, his fingerprints would have still been on the gun. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Oh, I see. Maybe he got fired or something as a result of being accused. That would make sense, but again, where was Yogi's testimony in that trial? During the Dl6 incident, he should have explained that he saw Miles throw the pistol and that it discharged on the ground, hitting his father. He wasn't able to explain that though, I think, because he was suffering from lack of oxygen. He was either incapacitated or unaware of what was going on. They ended up declaring him insane, and that's how he got off. Temporary insanity. Which tells me that Yogi, the caretaker, didn't know or wasn't able to remember enough from that incident to cast the blame on Miles. So by extension, why would he have that grudge? He wouldn't have been able to blame Miles for losing his job because he wouldn't have known. He simply would not have known. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. The statute of limitations would be a good thing for him because they would be able to prosecute Miles. That would actually be a good thing for him. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients that way. Why would they kill him though? The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? I have the exact same question. Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. A long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Was it Von Karma? Could it be Manfred Von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? That means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Yeah, why? Why would there be a grudge? Why would there be a grudge if he shot his own dad? I don't know why that would be the case. Okay, let's take it from the top. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without a peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. But Von Karma had nothing to do with Gregory's death. If we're to believe that Miles accidentally shot his own dad. I need to bet my beer back. Okay, I'm back. pure commentary episode. If you have a preference either way, let me know through Whisper, Twitch chat, or YouTube comment. Like, hey Stormer, we'd really like a pure commentary episode. Because I know some creators use that technique. Like Jesse when he's making Scary Game Squad videos or pure commentary. And Zach Scott also uses that style and technique. I see. Again, doesn't make sense, but okay. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Faye. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony to cast blame and doubt on someone other than his son? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son. It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. Exactly, so why would Von Karma want him framed? Why would anyone want Robert Hammond dead? Why would there be a grudge against Miles? If this is the case that he accidentally shot his own father. Yeah, I don't know. I'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should say. I'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no! How could Von Karma know about Miles Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. That I do not know. Yet I do know that Von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. We know. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. So he actually has the grudge against Gregory Edgeworth? Because of the actions of his ghost? Nothing bad came of that, though. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. Gregory was a ghost at the time. It was his murder trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. As a ghost? Though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd, if he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? Yeah, I still don't get it. So Gregory accused him of falsifying evidence as a ghost. Unless they're referring to another trial. Because Gregory was deceased during the Dl6 incident. What do we do, Nick? Von Karma's going to bring up Dl6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to Dl6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murderers remember, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files must hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials. Is there anything else related to Dl6 you could tell us about? She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did. Huh? Sorry about what? I think I'll stay out of this one. Gregory Edgeworth. He was a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what would have become of Von Karma were he alive. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow, so tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one but 2 trials, all thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the Dl6 incident has done will never be erased. Never be eased. In any case, it's good that this one shooting isn't Miles. You bet it's good. I can't believe the fiendish planning that went into this murder. And we almost fell right into his trap. What a creep. Is there anything else you might have something to say about? Don't think so. We've exhausted all the information. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like he's pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well now, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. You might be able to ask him some questions. December 27th, Police Department. Records room. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had the time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says Unsolved Cases Evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick, the file for Dl6 is completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Eek. Von Karma. You. How do you know my name? What the? Huh? Have we met? He does look a little bit different here somehow. What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? Ahem, I beg your pardon. See, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Does he really not have any memory at all? Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right? A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate. Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me, a grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did, but what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of his trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow. We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up the Dl6 incident in court. But what about this? Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. It's a letter you wrote. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi. How many years ago has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. Is he going to destroy it now? I hope not. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is that? What is that thing? Stun gun for self-defense. Usually. Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. 600,000? Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it, usually. Now, give me the letter. No. No. Whoa, what are you? Nick, run. Ah. Oh, darn, is that Maya? Maya. Out of my way. Ah. Why wouldn't he put that letter in a safe place? I don't know. He got us. The letter is gone, of course. And he took the Dl6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya, she gone? Maya, open your eyes. You got double tased. Maya. The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. There's a lot you couldn't do in this episode, Maya. That much is true. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now when we need her the most. Wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya. There has to be some way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. You just lost your most crucial piece of evidence. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? Dl6 Incident Evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. Dl6 bullet stashed in a pocket. Taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart, still bears clear ballistic markings. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. To be continued. Great. Of course, he has to confiscate the single piece of evidence that would have quickly, easily, and concisely wrapped this all up. Okay, episode 4. Turnabout Goodbye's Final Day Trial. Join us next time to see how this all wraps up. We're somehow going to get Von Karma and the caretaker. Hopefully both of them in the trial. It's going to be that much harder since Von Karma has basically stolen the single most crucial piece of evidence. But we'll have to see how it all wraps up. Thank you for watching. Take care, Storm Champions.